Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another show, Sirius Frequencies, with myself, Polly, and my very good friend Luna. It's another Saturday evening here. Well, depending on where you are, right, Luna? It's Saturday here, but it's Sunday there.
It's beautiful, cold Sunday morning here in Australia. G'day, everyone. Yama, g'day.
It's getting cold here too, Luna.
Yeah, weather's changing. We're changing seasons. All the flowers are out. I'm not hoping for oranges this year because the wind knocked them off last year, so we'll wait and see. But there's lots of flowers. How you been, Polly?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. It's been a busy week. Lots of stuff going on out there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, just been working a lot lately. Just trying to get in as much work as possible before there's no work.
Yeah, you don't know, eh? It's getting like that. Hope everyone out there had a good week. It's funny times, but we can manage to smile and say good day. I had sorry business this week, unfortunately. For those that don't know, sorry business is when someone passes away. We call it sorry business because when you tell someone, they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." So we call it sorry business. But it's all good. We got to keep on living. The best way to honour the ones that have passed is to live your best life. So here we are today. What do we got today, Polly? We got some juicy stuff. Polly's kept it a secret from me, so I've been excited, wondering what he's got.
Well, have you heard about there were some astronauts that went up to the space station in a Boeing space capsule, and it broke. So they're stuck on the space station. And that's kind of a problem because the space station only has enough provisions for the people that are supposed to be up there. And now these astronauts are going to be stuck up there until, I think they're saying, somewhere around February. They were supposed to be up there for a couple of weeks, and now they're stuck on the space station until maybe sometime in February. So I'm trying to put myself in one of these, one of these astronauts that's not supposed to be up in the space station. Put yourself in one of their shoes. You're stuck up there with all these like real astronaut scientists, and like you got to feel like kind of like a third wheel, if you know what I mean. Up there by now,
It might be the life of the party. They could be partying on.
you could be the target of a lot of resentment by the time February rolls around.
True.
So, but
And maybe
that's not what I wanted to talk about, though.
no. I was
Okay,
just
so
thinking.
I found this article from Wired magazine, and it's pretty interesting. So I thought I would read it out here because it's kind of, I'm not going to read every single word, but the article's headline is "Strange noises are coming from inside Boeing's Starliner spacecraft," and that caught my attention because I was immediately reminded of there's a story about the moon landing, or one of the trips around the moon before they landed, or something like that, where the astronauts reported they could hear music.
True.
Have you heard that?
No, I've been totally oblivious to anything happening in the world this week, other than what it feels like.
There's even recorded radio conversation of the moon astronauts reporting that they can hear this music, and no one knows where it was coming from. So I thought maybe the same thing might be going on here in this Boeing Starliner spacecraft. But it says, speakers inside the spacecraft are producing a pulsing noise, and neither astronauts nor mission control can identify its cause. So on Saturday, NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore noticed some strange noises emanating from a speaker inside the Starliner spacecraft. Got speakers, which means that's cool because then you can listen to music.
It'd
I've
be
got a
one to
question
stop up
about
there.
Starliner.
Yeah.
Will so this is, I guess, a conversation between Wilmore and Mission Control. He says, I've got a question about Starliner. Wilmore radioed down to Mission Control at Johnson Space Center in Houston. There's a strange noise coming through the speaker. I don't know what's making it. Wilmore said he was not sure if there was some oddity in the connection between the station and the spacecraft causing the noise or something else. He asked flight controllers in Houston to see if they could listen to the audio inside the spacecraft. A few minutes later, Mission Control radioed back and said they were linked to the via hardline to listen to audio inside Streamliner, which has now been docked to the International Space Station for nearly 3 months. So they've already been up there for nearly 3 months. And now,
Wow.
yeah, and they're not even
Talking
going
about lock
to.
up, lock down.
I know it's also not a good story for Boeing, given all the stuff that's been happening with them lately, too, right? Like, why would you get Boeing to make your a space capsule if all the stuff that you've been hearing about Boeing, I don't know if you've heard about, like, some of the planes have been falling apart and stuff. So I'm not really sure why. Hang on a minute. Is that me? I hear
No,
something. Oh, it's a video on my phone. Never mind. That's me.
that's you. You're on the video on your phone.
Yeah, no, something was playing on my phone in the background, and
I'm just saying good day to everyone. I should just say it, but it's more fun typing it while you're talking to me. Yeah, imagine that though, being locked up. Maybe they should change prison sentence to being floating around up in the sky instead of down here.
So
There's no
yeah, I don't know. Maybe that I don't know. I don't know if that would be a good deterrent. Some people would probably jump at the opportunity.
sneaking a parachute.
It says so. The sound that they're hearing, apparently, it says like a pulsing noise, and then another thing. It says almost like a sonar ping.
Ooh.
So they.
Wow, that's interesting.
And there is a recording of it, but I haven't listened to that yet, or nor do I have the video available.
Oh, right. I was going to say, have you got anything for me to throw up? Oh, no, it's okay. I can throw up for you. No. I'm in check me today. I've got to be, because I've had a too serious week. You know, there's such a thing as being too serious. You've got to find a medium.
So apparently, hearing noises like this in space isn't. It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
It says here that China's first human space flight in 2003, astronaut Yang Liwei said he heard what sounded like an iron bucket being knocked by a wooden hammer while in orbit.
Whoa.
Right. Later, scientists realized the noise was due to small deformations in the spacecraft due to a difference in pressure between its inner and outer walls. So I guess there's a whole bunch of natural sounds that can happen when you're up there, because it's like
There would be
400 degrees difference between sunlight and shade or something like that. Crazy.
the metal sounds are interesting because the only metal that's supposed to be up there is the metal that we put up there. But obviously, there's other things up there that make sounds.
Right. So
Don't know. You're gone.
yeah, this weekend's solar sonar like noises most likely have a benign cause, and Whitmore certainly did not sound frazzled, but the odd noises are worth noting given the challenges that Boeing and NASA have had with the debut crewed flight. That's another thing I forgot to mention. It's the actual first time that Boeing has sent the Starliner spacecraft up into space. They have such a bad track record now.
Yeah, right. What's that
So-
saying about doing the same thing the same way all the time?
Yeah. Well, there's some really, really interesting videos too. Apparently, I've seen one or two of them of hidden cameras inside the Boeing plane factory, where they're talking to people that are working there. The guy's like would you go on one of these planes? And most of the people are like, hell no.
Oh, that's scary. Is that why I don't like flying? I've only been on a plane. I've been on a plane like more than once, but it was in one particular time pocket, if you know what I mean. It wasn't over a lifetime. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do it now. Would you get in a plane?
Yeah, I've been in so many planes, and I'm pretty sure they've all been Boeings. And I've never had a problem. I mean, most of the problems that I've experienced is just the poor management of air traffic. And, sometimes you just get stuck on the runway or, that I've never had any mechanical issues. I've never had to land anywhere or anything. So I guess
saw
I'm
a clip.
lucky.
If I had a name, we're going to talk about airplanes. I saw a clip yesterday. This airplane was trying to land, and the wind was that strong. It kept it up like this, and it's trying to land, and it blew it up like this. He spun around a little bit. Whoever the pilot was an excellent pilot. He ended up touching down, but the wind didn't want him to touch the ground. It was a bit scary. Excellent pilot. Anyway.
Yeah. So what I mean, because a lot of people think that you can't hear noises in space. It turns out that's not entirely true.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't it be like being in a bath of water? When you're in a bath of water and you can hear everything, but it sounds different. And it sounds kind of pingy, you know what I mean? Sounds like has a ping in it down underwater. So the frequency. So what happens to the frequency when it hits the water, Polly? The frequency of the sound.
Well, all I know about that is that frequency would travel better underwater than it does through the air. So I'm wondering if maybe a frequency would be able to travel better through space if it's not entirely a vacuum, which they think it's not entirely a vacuum anymore. That sound could travel through space apparently.
It's a vacuum. It's not. It's this. Okay. When they make their mind up completely, I'll listen. Sorry, Bolly.
Well, there's even some people that believe that outer space could be actually water.
Well, that's what I was thinking because of the ping sound, right? And I'm thinking, well, when you're underwater, the sounds change, and there are ping sounds. And then I'm thinking, hang on a minute, if they're hearing ping sounds up there, is it in the water or is it just in a echoey place? When you're in I've even been in the bush where the trees are just set up that if you stand in the middle, it just echoes, and the way the dirt was and everything was like a natural amphitheatre thing, and the sound just bounced around. Very interesting, but Polly, it puts more questions though.
Well, interestingly enough, yesterday, the Starliner was due to fly back to Earth anonymously, so that means unmanned because they don't think it's safe enough to do re-entry with people in it. And the 2 astronauts that are up there, it says here that confirming they won't be returning to Earth until next February, when they will be flying aboard a crewed Dragon spacecraft, which I believe is, I think that's Elon Musk's.
Dragon.
So Elon Musk has to save them.
Dragon. Oh, I think we need to determine what space actually is before we start to determine what's that sound. What's that sound? Everybody look around. You know that song?
Yeah, that's Buffalo Springfield, for what it's worth. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. I can't help but feel sorry for them fellas. They're locked up in a tin can like that for locked down. You can't even get away if you try.
Right, and if you're only supposed to be up there for a certain amount of time, and now that literally you're supposed to be up there a week or 10 days or something.
Yeah, only been for 2 weeks. What was it?
And now you're up there for 6 months. Sorry.
See, they do what other people
do. You better cancel your family vacation. You're not gonna make it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, what a bummer. I suppose there's worse places to be stuck for 6 months, but that's kind of a strange. I don't know if I would want to be like that, stuck in a place that you're not supposed to be in for that long. And everybody's looking at you like you ate my breakfast for this day. So
that's the last one. I'm sick of seeing. You get sick of seeing your own face, especially
Yeah.
someone else's. Like you get up, not you again.
I mean, there isn't that much room up there. Like well, if you if
There's
you
not that much
consider
room
like,
in
yeah,
the
there's
petrol.
not a lot of maneuverability up there. That like there's only a couple of windows.
How do they go for body actions like humans? Oh, they'd have to shower all the time. How? Oh, I don't want to know.
Oh, yeah, I think everybody just gets their own tube. You, you you plug it into the toilet and it sucks it out of you.
Yeah, something like that.
And
Oh
then they
dear.
just chuck it out into space and it burns up in the atmosphere. That's great.
But then on the other hand, they could be up there going, "Ah, suckers, look, we're up here, nice and safe, and use it down there."
Right.
And there could be, shit happening, and they're like, "We'll watch it from up here." Maybe that was the whole thing, and they made a story, an accident to cover it up. Like, we're stuck up here, sorry.
I feel like this story would make a good movie.
Yeah, it would.
And I haven't seen anything online yet about whether or not the space capsule made it back to Earth, because it was supposed to happen yesterday.
Oh, right.
And it might have burnt up in the atmosphere. I don't know. But, I should try to find that before the show's over. I'll get looking in a minute.
Talking about that, yeah, I just remembered something real important then. Somebody's hatching day today. Starfire's hatching day. Okay. Happy birthday, Starfire. That's my daughter, by the way. You know, I had a dream once about people floating up in space, like what you were saying. They were up there in a little floating thing that was only so big. And they had to be up there for a certain period of time doing stuff. And I remember in the dream, like I was peering in and I thought, oh, that'd be scary being stuck up here for months on end.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
It'd be scary, I reckon.
Well, you've got to think that if you're going up there for 2 weeks, you're only going to bring enough stuff to last you for 2 weeks, right? Like food, water, all that stuff has to be brought up with you when you go up there.
Yep.
They don't make their own food and water up there. It's all like freeze-dried stuff. And
So if you only got 2 weeks worth,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're going to have to deliver some kind of supplies, you would think, because they're up there for way longer than what was planned. So that's another thing too. But I just thought it was interesting that apparently they're hearing some noises from the speakers.
I wonder if it's just all the noise from us down here. Going up and bouncing around.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
it would be freaky though.
2 weeks of food, and you've run out because you're stuck up there. That's scary.
And they've got clearly they've got food for the people that are supposed to be up there doing all the experiments and stuff. But now they're going to have to share their food with those two other people. And that could get tricky.
It could.
So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they get home safe. I hope they do. My prayers are up there for them. It'd be a pretty crappy situation being stuck up there for that long.
I reckon. I always think about, imagine being stuck under the water, deep in the water, so it's opposite to space. Which one do you find scarier? Being stuck down in the water or up in space?
I don't know. I think they're both. I think there's probably there's different things to worry about in both scenarios. Yeah. Like, I don't think you have to worry about something trying to eat you in space.
No, and you can kind of fall back down to Earth.
Right. But the ocean, there's so many things that just want to eat you in the ocean. That's their job.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a lot scarier. I think everyone would float up in space, even though we've never been there. We've all been in the water, but we've never been up in space.
Would you go to space, Luna?
I'm already in space, probably.
I mean outer space.
That's where I come from, not thinking. I'm still there, no. I don't know. Nothing appeals to me. I'll go there later when I pass away.
I would go, but I wouldn't go on a Boeing spaceship.
I'd like
That
to. No, I'd like to have like a U-boot hovercraft or something, and then be able to fly around the bush and all over the place, right, and go way out without having to worry about stuff. I'd like that, but as far as going up into the sky, no, I don't really have interest in it. I don't know.
I think getting up there would be the funnest part. But
I don't
once you
know.
were up there, it would be like kind of like, okay, let's go home now.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. I've already seen that kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. So I'm just feeling it out, okay? I'm just feeling it out. I'm feeling it out, and it's like, no excitement there. Flying around, excitement there. I could go and see all these different sites and things, places where no one been because it's inaccessible because then you can fly there. That sounds interesting. Yeah.
I also had a thought, like thinking about that, because basically the space station is one giant laboratory where they do like tons of scientific experiments.
Yeah.
We don't really hear that much about what they're experimenting on or with or for what.
Oh no,
And
they could.
I hope they're doing some kind of experiments on how sound works in space and stuff. That would be interesting.
I heard one thing that they're making some kind of material that was really strong and could fix itself, but they can only make it in space, and then it can only be put together in space and then brought back here. I don't for whatever reason. So they could be doing new things like that. They could be making aliens and sending them down here.
It could be. I have heard of them doing some sort of plant experiments, like trying to get stuff to grow and that kind of thing. For like if they ever send people to Mars, they'll have something to grow when they get there.
Yeah, because everything's different. The energy would be totally different. I suspect that, like underwater, so because that's the closest thing we have to relate to the kind of atmosphere, right? Because there's no air. What was it called? Certain things would grow that wouldn't grow here because of the different densities of the atmosphere and the sunlight and all these different things that are so different. They'd be all different up there, you know what I mean? So different plants might even grow, different kinds of plants. We might have took a plant from here and took it up there, and then it changed because everything's different. It could be a different color and a different shape.
Yeah, totally. Right. I wish they would share whatever they're doing up there with us because it's fascinating.
No.
Like I would definitely be growing all kinds of stuff up there to see how it works without gravity or in microgravity.
I think King might be right. Whatever they were working on, it'll be used against us soon. That's the sad part.
Yeah, right. Likely. You're
That's
not
why
wrong.
they want to give it to us. Thank you to them. They want to share it with everyone and make a good world. We can't have that.
Right. Yeah. That's why. How much money does NASA get a year? I can't even remember. It's an absurd amount of money. U.S. tax dollars.
Yeah, I think about that every time I hear a tax, because everyone knows here in Australia we're taxed and fined for everything. The amount of money that they pump out of us. I'm thinking that it goes to space station, it goes to underground stuff, it goes to all these U-boot things that no one gets a look into, only they do. That's not fair. That is not fair at all. We should say, hey, we're not paying your taxes anymore till you can prove where it's going and what it's being spent on properly. And if it's been put in the wrong place, we'll redirect it because it's actually your money.
Well, Elon Musk can do it without tax dollars money. Like, so how come NASA can't?
It's got to that. Yeah. I think we all know why. We all know why.
It's interesting because now they've put Elon Musk in this sort of position where he's like a rescue operation, like.
Yeah. I don't
like
go to
his head. He's literally bailing out Boeing.
all them people that have a lot of money and got their face up there, they mustn't all know each other. You know, it's like a little group. It's hard to trust them, right?
Little space station click.
Yeah, that's it. Connected to the underground one, like, you know, they could even have an elevator going from under the water to up to the sky that we don't even know about.
Actually, that's a. Have you heard about the elevator they wanted to build to get into space?
No.
That's a real.
Oh,
That's a real thing. Yeah,
I was joking.
I know.
There's a lot of truth in jokes there. Even,
There is a company somewhere out there that are taking that seriously. They literally want to build an elevator so tall that it reaches into space.
I had a dream once there was an escalator that went into space, and you just stood there and it took you up.
That would be terrifying, Luna. I wouldn't even be able to stand up on that thing. I'd be like, by the time we get to the top, when you take my hand off the railing, there would be a hand imprint on it.
I could see that, and as it goes back around, oh look, there's Polly's handprint.
Yeah.
An escalator. Yeah. Very interesting. One place. That's Antarctica and space. They're the two places they won't let us go, right? Anyone, we can all get together and build something and go there, but they won't let us go. So that's what
they'll let you go to space if you've got like $500,000 to pay for the ticket.
Yeah, but how far are they going to take you?
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Just to the edge and
low Earth orbit to me doesn't really count as space, because low Earth orbit, you're still kind of in what's considered sort of like an atmosphere, except just made up of different stuff.
Yeah, that's true. You know, these layers, like even spiritually, these layers, right? So we're here, so we're in the middle, kind of, because you've got the Earth, then us, and then the sky. And as the Earth has layers, and even the world we live in has layers, the air from the air up has layers, man. There's things that live up there too that we don't even know about. It's like the ocean, like I said again. But there's different layers, and the higher you go, the more beautiful it gets. But there's the first section you got to be careful of, because it's the lowest layer to us. Then there's a lot of things I wouldn't trust. There's a lot of them that hang around in that area, things that you wouldn't trust. So you've got to go higher again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to get to the good stuff. If that makes sense without going into detail. I wonder if it's the same under the ground, because they talk about inner earth and all that, and they talk about a place that's really beautiful, but they also talk about places that aren't nice before you get there, and it's just like a reflection of each other, from one on the top and one down the bottom, and we're in the middle.
As above, so below, so to
Yeah,
speak.
that's it. Yeah, because it is really like that. Yeah. But all the truth's coming out in the future, real close. Like in the next few years, we'll know a lot about a lot of things.
If we even have that long.
Oh, some people don't. Yeah. Actually, a lot of people are dipping out and going back to Creator and going, no, I've had enough, and I don't blame them. But yeah, we're still here. So what is it? Love to all those that have gone before us, and prayers for all of us that are left behind. It's starting. Jules said it is. Everything's starting. All right, so what do we got next? I need a bit of water to wet my mouth. I'm still here. I'm just going to go and grab a water.
Yeah, I'm actually going to just quickly grab a drink as well. I'll be 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. I have a slide for these. Oh, where is it? It's because we need to quickly go and get a drink. Let me find it. Here it is. See? Stand by. It's just a drink time. Oh, you know, I've had a habit of pressing the wrong buttons all week. I've worked on my computer, and every time I go to press the button, it's like some invisible force moves my hand and I press the wrong button. I don't know what's going on there. I think it's the residual effects of where I went last week. Back in a sec.
Okay.
I'm back. That wasn't too long. Yeah, I just had to get a drink.
All's good here too.
Yep.
Got a
So
nice
everyone's
little
got a drink.
grapefruit flavored water.
Ooh,
It's one of my
water.
new favorite drinks.
I've got water flavored water.
Sky flavored water.
Sky flavored water. Yep.
Freshly squeezed from a cloud.
You don't really want to drink earth flavored water, do you?
Well, kind of like mineralized water is good for you. I guess that's earth flavored.
It's actually fish flavored water.
Oh, that doesn't sound nice.
And hey, there's a thought. If you talk, I want to do an experiment. If you took water from a river, and then took water from a pond, say, and then took water from a little stream, I wonder that if the frequencies in that, how different they would be depending on how much life's in them, and which one would be happier than the other. Because they reckon like little streams sing and stuff because they're really happy. Yeah.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, it was just a thought. I bet you. Because when I listen to them, they're different and they feel different.
I don't even know how to measure the frequency of water.
Can you get a machine? Do they use a machine to measure the frequency?
I don't know.
Like spiritual people can feel the frequency, right? But to show somebody, you need something solid.
Well, if you know anybody, then do you know anyone that's into like dowsing or anything? Because they might be able to do an experiment on
We
that
can
kind of
do
stuff.
dowsing. Oh, yeah, I forget about that. Where you put the things. Yeah, I've got one. I've got a U-boot stick here. It's when I got it, I thought I was supposed to have two, and when I used it, you only need one. And the stick is actually like a dowsing rod. It's a natural dowsing rod, and you just hold it and it just moves like this, up and down. It's really cool. I'll try it out, Polly, and get back to you on that. I'll take me dowsing stick because I've got a creek and a river and a pond all in the same area, so I can walk around and test it out. But I know just by feeling them, they sing different. Like you can hear the difference in the water moving, and you can feel the difference when you sit down.
Mm-hmm.
But to what actual number frequency they're on, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, me neither. That's out of my league.
I could say it's low or high, but I couldn't tell you the number. Talking about that, let's have a look. Did you know they did a little experiment with mercury and they hit it with frequencies and it changes shapes? And you'll all recognise the shapes. I'll just find it for you. Hang on. While we're talking about shapes and
You mean the metal, right? Not the planet.
Yeah, the metal mercury. Sorry. It's like saying thong, isn't it? It goes on your feet, not your butt. All right, what am I doing? I need another screen is what I need. And I need to find it for a start would be a good thing. Oops. Yeah, the buttons are slipping again. These buttons sometimes they move around. All right, where are we? Get to the file. Bit slow this week, everybody. Sorry about that. Okay. Here we go. And hopefully I don't get a copyright strike for it. Like I have been.
Well, you just say, I think you just have to say that we're using it as fair use for educational purposes, and then they can't really strike you for anything.
Yeah, it's for education.
It's for
us
education,
all.
folks. Whoever's out there with their finger on the strike button, just chill out, okay? We're just trying to teach people some stuff.
Yeah. All right, check this out, eh? Freaky. What? How's that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Sounded a bit like a
I could watch stuff like that for hours.
All right, hang on. I don't know how to stop the sound. I'll watch it again. Oh, can we watch it again? All right, we can watch it without the sound while we're done. Where's that comment? There was a comment in here, and I agree so much. So we got Mercury levitating, Mercury used in Vimanas. And that's when you see this moving like this, you can imagine it, because I know when they used free energy, those round balls at the top of the building actually had mercury in them. And there's red mercury as well, and that's what they do. They're very sensitive. It's very sensitive to frequency. And you'll recognise the patterns, the star patterns and all that from star forts and things like that, and those special shapes. I forget what they call them, but so you get the meaning. It's really important, this stuff. I reckon it did make things fly. It helped take energy out of the air. It helped put it in your house and make heat and lighting and all that stuff. And there's more to it than meets the eye. What do you think, Polly?
Well, I can definitely imagine some kind of a motor or some kind of a energy capturing device that would utilize that interaction between the mercury and the sound. So you could imagine an engine where the sound the engine makes is what generates the frequency, and the frequency makes the mercury move in a certain way, which in turn generates the energy to create the sound. It's like a perpetual loop. So you would never run out of gas. No, you just need sound to generate the energy.
Start it off, yeah.
So yeah, that and I think there's a lot of stories about mercury being used in ancient times. Apparently, I think in China, there's a temple somewhere in China where there's like literally a pool, like a normal sized backyard swimming pool, but it's filled with mercury. And because people used to drink it. They didn't know it was poisonous to them, so they used to drink it because they thought, even back then, they knew it was magical, but they didn't realize that it was poisonous. But a lot of people in history die from mercury poisoning, so it's not safe for human consumption.
No, I heard that. But Polly, this is the thing. I'm watching this, and then I'm sitting here thinking, oh, you know, people that when they do certain things to you when you're a little child and you're born, and then you grow up and they go to the doctor and they give you stuff, and there's that stuff inside it. And I'm thinking, there's mercury in people's bodies. Is that what it's doing? We got all the towers and frequency towers, you know, the 5G and all that, and they're letting off frequencies, and there's mercury in people's bodies, and it's moving around like that in your body. You'd have to, eh?
You'd think, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
And there's mercury in them things. What can I say? There's mercury in them steel spikes. Yeah, so you get the gift. So that when I found that, I was really excited, because to me it was like, oh, look at it go. That answers so much for me. How it works, where they've had it, why it's, you know. And the other thing too, everything good like that is poison. Lead, mercury, you know what I mean? Everything that could be used for something good is poison, and you're not allowed to have it.
Well, that's what we're being told, at least. I mean, I'm not gonna try drinking mercury.
No. No. Well, I reckon even if it's on your skin.
Oh yeah, you're not even supposed to touch it. Yeah, I mean, they used to put mercury in thermometers. Like I used to put mercury in my mouth when I was a kid because it was in a thermometer. And I remember one time.
Yeah, I remember that.
The thermometer broke and the mercury came out, and I just remember my dad telling me not to. I was a toddler, and I just remember like it was fairly important that I didn't touch the mercury that was on the floor, and he had to scoop it up with a credit card or something, and I don't know what he did with it. I guess he threw it out.
It's
But yeah,
toxic.
it's super toxic. Yeah, especially to kids.
But it's all right if you go to the doctor and they put it in a thing in your body.
Yes, of course it is.
That's different, isn't it? Because they do something. Okay, so make your own mind up there. I'm being sarcastic. Is that called sarcasm?
We're never sarcastic here.
Always are, but
talking about.
We Johnny? We're smart asses.
That's why it's called Sirius Frequencies.
That's
You're not
right.
sarcastic. We're never joking.
So yeah, that gave me a lot of thought. And I wonder now what kind of technology have they put this in? I don't know much about technology, as you know, except I don't really like it. But I'm wondering what machines is this in? Are the robots they make, do they have this in them, which would make them pretty smart because of the sensitivity of the mercury and the way it moves, as you saw. And I'm going to play it one more time because I just like watching it spin around, and I hope I don't get trouble for it.
King Sweet mixes mercury with lead paint and ranch dressing.
Yes. Good on you. Keep you good and healthy, King. I got to put that up. So you just said it. Oh, dear.
Good old King Sweet. Good to see everybody in the chat.
Yeah, it is. And Sid, good on my Sid. I went to Sid's this morning for breakfast, by the way, everybody. And I was running around trying to get in time for the show because I was at Sid's for breakfast and I had eggs. So next week, look out for Sid. I do have his thing in my room. You got a wrench there, Sid? Yeah, you have. And if I haven't given you a wrench, I'm sorry. I haven't just gone to do it. That's all. It's not that I don't want to give you one. I just haven't got around to it. So I went to Sid's for breakfast. That was really cool. And Sid come over here for, I don't know, I'd say lunch, but I don't know what time it is over there. So,
yeah, that's a long flight for breakfast.
Yeah, it is, man. Don't need to have breakfast at Tiffany's. You got to have breakfast at Sid's. It's more fun. It's way more fun. Anyway, all right. So mercury, that was my bit. That's what I wanted to show you, the mercury. So it's everywhere. They tell us that it's poisonous, but it's actually everywhere. It's in us. It's in things. It used to be used for technology, and I presume it's still being used for technology. They're just not telling us. And there's red mercury, which is the same but red, but it has different properties. Didn't we do a show on that G'day on red mercury with Jules? Well, I think we did.
We might have.
Yes, we might have. I don't want to resurrect everything, that's all. And some of my shows are getting pulled off, by the way, so you better get back there and watch them before they disappear.
Are they?
Yeah. I got a note the other day saying this one's been deleted because person didn't like this on it. And I'm like, okay.
Well, for what did they tell you, like what parts? Because I got something taken down as well, but it was like 2 years after it's been posted there for
this was ages
forever.
ago. It was an old one. They decided to take it down now. I'm thinking, why even bother? It's been there that long.
Yeah, a bit late. I've already done so much medical damage.
It's already been embalmed into their heads here. So get and check out all the old shows before they disappear, and hopefully we don't do anything wrong and get kicked off this one. So the future's supposed to be freer.
We're not giving any advice on this show, really.
Oh, thank you.
No medical advice, no financial advice. We're just showing you what we see.
Now, where are we? I just went to press a button. I pressed the wrong one, and I did something wrong. I think I put someone in timeout, and I wasn't meant to. I was trying to give him a wrench. I'm sorry.
That's how Thriller James gets banned.
Oh, sorry, Thriller. How do I get him back in? I'm panicking now. How do I get him back in?
I don't know.
Oh my God, what have I done to you? Oh, hang on. Here it is. No, it just moved. Oh, you're on time. How can I bloody change it? Sorry. No. You know what happened? I went to press the button and it moved. I'm so sorry for it. Please, I'm so sorry. Oh
Have you ever been banned from anything?
no, and
No.
I've never banned anyone.
So you don't even know how it feels, Luna.
No, I don't. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How embarrassing! Oh my god, I feel like I need to pay penance. I can't even get you back on, bro. I'm trying to figure it out. Nothing's happening.
You have to unban him, I guess.
I can't. I'm trying.
He must have
This is
done
what
something
happens when
really
you let
wrong.
me drive, right? This is what happens when you let me drive. Oh my goodness. It's got a timer there. I don't even know how long. Oh man, this is embarrassing. Shame, shame. And all I wanted to do was give you a wrench, my brother. My daughter say that you're dangerous, Mum. See, good intentions pave the way. Fair income. I can't even unclick you. I'm trying real hard.
Maybe you just have to wait for the timer to run out.
All right. When you get back, hell, I didn't even know how long the timer was for. James, when you get back, I'm going to put the thing in the thing and you can actually come up here so I can apologise to you in person. I'm so sorry. 1 minute.
So let that be a lesson to everybody else in the chat room. You could get banned for no reason at any time. It's part of the excitement of being at the show, right? You never know who's going to get banned next week.
It's a random banning. Random banning, man.
Yeah.
Oh my, I'm so sorry. Oh no, I don't even know if you can click. Look, I'm going to put the thing in, and if you can click on it and come in.
Yeah, all the buttons are upside down in Australia, Sid. That's why.
Right. This is for you, my brother. I'm going to say, can we come back and do this again? Can I redo this all over? All right. That's for you, my brother. If you can click it and get in and you're not banned from clicking it, please jump in. If you're not, I'll talk to you when you're not banned. I feel so slack. All right, how do we move on from things like this?
Well, I did have another story that's kind of interesting, but it sort of ties into the space theme. They've developed they found a fungus or developed a fungus from Chernobyl, and they're thinking that they could put it inside spacesuits to protect from radiation, which would be good because that's basically what's keeping everybody from going outside of low Earth orbit is the insane amounts of radiation that you're exposed to. It's really, really not good for you. Some people don't believe the astronauts actually went through the Van Allen belts, but whatever. I'm not going to get into that. I'm more interested in the use of fungus to shield astronauts from radiation. You put it right inside your spacesuit, like a thin layer. And apparently, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name. Oh, you know what? I'll give it a shot. This fungus is called Cladosporium. Yeah, that's as good as I can get. There's another word, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to butcher it.
Sounds like something from the platypus. Cladosporium.
I'm here with a secret message.
Oh, g'day, Sid. Oh, you know what I did, didn't you?
I have a secret message from Jimbo.
Yes, thank you.
He says, "Tell her I love her."
Oh, thank you. I've been forgiven.
I just got the message on the fucking PlayStation. Tell her I love her.
Oh, dear. I feel like a dick.
Well, you're not far off.
Yeah, I'm not far off. Yeah, I know. What a move. What a move. All right.
Here he says, I said to him, come back, and he says, I am.
Oh, good. Yeah.
It
That
should only be like 5 minutes,
I had.
Luna, unless you
I don't know.
properly kicked him out.
I don't know what I did. I did say
There's
earlier
two. There's
that
two options.
I did say earlier that my hand was pressing the wrong buttons. Remember earlier, and it was left
Uh,
over from last week.
there's two options. You could have timed
Yep.
him out for a bit,
Yep.
or you just kicked him out all over. Yeah.
I think I timed him out because it had a little.
I think so too.
Yeah. Okay, we're safe there then.
So in like 5-10 minutes, he should be able to type again.
All right. Thank you. Oh, saved by Sid. Sid, save me.
Saved by the bell. Saved by the PlayStation.
Yeah. All right. So where were we, Polly? Sorry about that.
We were still in space.
We're still in space. Oh, well,
how's it going, Sid? Long time no hear, buddy.
Yeah. How is space?
So yeah, okay. They found this fungus that grows around Chernobyl, and they think it's going to be useful to help protect astronauts and put it in space suits and maybe put it in the spacecraft itself.
Yeah, of course. And it grows around Chernobyl
because it thrives in radioactive environments.
Mm-hmm.
It performs something called radiosynthesis by using melanin to convert X and gamma rays into chemical energy.
Hey, have you seen that movie about the fungus that took people over? It was a series.
Anybody ever told you that you should be a biochemist?
Who? I'm thinking, what's a
I get that all the time. I don't know why though.
Polly, I'm going to put that Polly the biochemist.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Dr. Polly.
Pollination. It's in the name.
Professor Polly.
Yeah, it's in the name.
Did you see that movie where there was fungus and it started, it sent spores and it turned people into the fungus? I can't remember what it was called, but there was a series.
The Last of Us.
Yep, and what you're saying, it's like
that's a game. Yeah.
You don't go mucking around with things like that. What happens if that fungus is like that fungus, right? And it takes over people. They use it.
I don't know if
and
that's
the next
possible.
thing they got the suit and they're going, it's working great. And the next thing it grows on their face and they turn into fungus monsters.
How does the fungus cross the blood-brain barrier? I don't buy it.
Why did the fungus cross
in your brain?
Do you want to know why the fungus crossed the blood-brain barrier? Because the chicken...
Yeah, in your brain.
No, but that's serious stuff, the fungus. You know that, Polly, too, because...
the Sirius Frequencies?
Yeah, that's right. That's how serious we are. I accidentally... No, because all the forests and that and the mushrooms, like when you put life down to its basic elements, fungus is one of the main things.
Yes.
Right.
We have a funny mushroom here. It grows outside my garage.
Your garage.
I never tried them. I never picked them, but I have some friends coming here almost every year.
And Polly knows all about fungus.
Yeah, around now. Maybe a couple of weeks from now, they are ripe.
Yeah, we get a lot of mushrooms here when it rains. And Polly, you know a lot about fungus and mushrooms and stuff. and
dabble.
spores. And how it's hard. How would you contain a spore? Like they found this fungus. How would they contain the spores? So if it turned out not in their
In a
favour,
plastic container.
you can't. It goes in the air.
Yeah.
And obviously it's mutated fungus because it's at Chernobyl. Is that correct, Bobby?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know all the details on it, like the scientific details. I'm not sure how they would use this, but they're thinking that maybe they'll be able to use it. I think the article is more just a speculative sort of imagine if we could do this with it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting kind of idea, using something like that to help mitigate radiation exposure in space, because that's a real thing, and you can even measure the amount of radiation
agree.
you get when you go on an
Flower
airplane
power.
30,000 feet.
Yeah, flower power.
Flowers can do more for us than we realize.
Oh, I
True.
agree with that 100%. Yeah.
So what's the relationship between fungus and flowers? Are they friends?
Yes.
They are.
Yes. Anything that lives in the ground is friends with fungus.
Oh, make
Oh,
fungus.
yeah.
So are we. I would go out there even as far as to say is that every living thing on Earth is somehow, whether
A
it's
fungus.
directly or indirectly related or symbiotic with some kind of fungus.
Yeah, we're a fungus.
Yeah,
I
almost.
would
Yeah,
say we're a fungus. Huh?
there are definitely fungus among us.
Fungus. You want a fungus jungus?
Don't get me laughing. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Fungus. Oh man. I think I knew someone who had nickname
There's so
fungus.
many bad dad jokes. I'll spare you.
The ant fungus. Yeah, the zombie. There, the ant fungus. Thanks, King.
Oh, that's cordyceps.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You've got to take funguses seriously, man, because there's a thin line between a good fungus and one that will take you over.
Yeah, so
And
that
have we
ant
known-
fungus, that ant fungus is actually really cool because it actually does take control over the ant's body. It
Does.
makes it walk up onto like a branch or a stick or a leaf that's above all the other ants that aren't infected. That's where it decides to die, and then the mushroom grows out of the ant's head, and then the spores rain down on all the other ant population below it. So they can, and the cordyceps.
That's not too far away from the truth. Yeah.
No, that is the truth. That's what. Well, all the papers I read about it.
One ant that runs up on the top.
I checked it out because I wanted to know what was happening if I saw one fungus growing.
There's thousands of them.
Yeah, I know. Sad, eh? But I presume that's been happening for a long time. It's not a new thing.
Yes.
So.
Hey, Malaya!
Hey, Malia's here. G'day, Malia. I don't have to put in.
You say Malia, I say Malaya.
Malaya. It's like tomato.
Tomato.
Yeah, say it whatever way you want.
No one says potato. I'm still
Potato.
looking for somebody who says potato.
That's just you. That's because you're Canadian.
Yeah, maybe. I say potato, eh?
Well, I feel bad. I'm the only one that you can see. Hang on. I'm back. Right. Yeah. Anyways, all right. So funguses. I wonder if there's any fungus up in the space thing where they're stuck there up there. I wonder if they're psychedelic fungus.
I think if there's anything in space, it's gonna be fungus.
Yeah, you think so, eh? And how much air does a fungus
Because
need?
that's pretty much the first thing that will grow.
How much air does a fungus need?
It depends on the fungus.
I don't know if there's any fungus that are, what do you call that? Anaerobic. That's what it is, which means
Anaerobic, yeah.
Yeah, without the presence of air. I'm not sure if there are any anaerobic mushrooms, or probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a thought.
I would guess no. That the only way there would be fungus in space would be like if it was sort of dormant, maybe on an asteroid or something, which is one of the theories. I think it's called like panspermia or something like that, where like the ingredients of life on Earth came from like hitched a ride on an asteroid, and when it landed here, then all the fungus came to life again because of the moisture content. And so I think funguses can remain dormant in like really extreme environments for stupid amounts of time.
Yeah, King said, here we are. They collected fungus from the outside of the space station in Windows once. He remembers the story.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, right. And that's important because I remember seeing a lot of stuff, and they take it away straight away, even in the days of television before internet, when growing up, and people like Donnie and that from Australia, that same age, they'd remember all those things. Yeah, and they put them on and take them off because so glad that we remember things like that, to say, yeah, we saw it once, because they're taking it away from us. Yeah, Ken would remember too.
And I wonder where that fungus came from. If it was foreign fungus, or if it was fungus that was just already there and started growing on the window, or
friendly fungus, or was it faux fungus?
And it was, if you remember that movie War of the Worlds, it was a fungus that killed all the aliens, right? So it's a serious thing. Like, you don't want to be bringing back a fungus that's going to kill everybody.
You want to make friends with it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be a fun guy.
You want to be fun and fungus.
I just linked to a Norwegian web page about drugs.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And it talks about fleinsopp, psilocybin. That's the mushroom that lives next to my garage. And so this is from Norwegian government. It tells you, like, take 1 to 3 grams if it's dried of this, or you take 0.5 to 2 grams if it's this. And it says NB, it might vary, and it says it's gonna last 4 to 6 hours, and it has risks. If you're gonna die, very low. Health damage over time, very low. Addiction, very low. Cognitive issues, low. Unwanted issues, moderate.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, that's a mushroom for you.
Yeah. Yeah, mushrooms are nice. Oh, here we are. Hey, my brother, I want to apologise. It was a slip of the button. I didn't mean to do that. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Jimbo. You need to get this for all it's worth.
Thank you for showing up. Sorry about that. Well, I'm not going to play around with the chat room buttons anymore.
Hey, my PlayStation friend.
So we've got Thriller James was here last week. Okay, so we've got fungus, we've got people lost, or locked up and locked down in space. We've got Mercury floating around doing weird stuff. I wonder how Mercury...
Nobody's locked down in space.
No, locked up, locked down. Oh, it's just the way we say it here. Lock up, lock down.
Oh, you mean that they can't come home
they can't
again?
Go in. Yeah, they're stuck there, yeah.
Of course they can.
They're stuck there. Maybe they don't want to.
I'll come home tomorrow if we want to. It's just we need to test everything so up and down first. That it's not viable.
I know when I go somewhere really cool, I don't want to come back. It's like I want to stay here forever.
Yep.
It's cool. Feels
I have a
good.
spaceship.
You
It's
got a
called the
spaceship?
Heart of Gold. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Jimbo is my engineer on my spaceship. He works in the improbability engine.
Oh yeah. I like
Yeah,
that.
that thing's a freaking beast, but I like it.
I know. Freaking bitch.
The improbability engine.
Yes, I have a spaceship with the improbability engine.
Cool. Have you got enough room for all of us?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we're working on
Yeah, people.
the whole thing's a shit, though. You have like very little. I'm just kidding. Sivich might know more about it. He keeps me prisoner in the storage room.
I just drive.
I can't leave the storage room.
They can't do this. So have you got anything else for us, Polly? It's been pretty interesting so far.
I think no, not today. Not
Oh, you have
not anything that ties in.
Oh, it doesn't have to tie it. It's all good. Yeah, I was during the week. I had a busy week, and it was not the week I would have chose. But I was checking out different metals and their frequency. On that Mercury, by the way, that was from 120 hertz to 10 hertz. So it started off high and then went low. So
That's deep.
Yeah, it was a. I want to play it again. My kid says that, Mum, will you stop watching the same thing over and over again? But it looks so good.
I don't think our speakers can do 10 hertz for most people on here.
Oh, right, it'd drop out. Cool. So, because
it depends on your headset or your speakers.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So I hope you've all heard that. And 10 hertz and that, actually the lower ones aren't that good for you. Because, what was I watching the other day?
Oh yeah, they can make you puke.
Yeah, the lower ones aren't good for you. I think I might have something else. I don't know whether I put something else.
Felt like the sap that does the frequencies and the lower frequencies.
Yeah.
I get a headache from them. I won't do them. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, I got a headache. I was wondering.
The US have done that. They have those Humvees and stuff with those big radar things on top that do the sound.
Looking for it. Oh yeah, what I was listening to the other day, they were telling you that they were using low frequencies.
Yes.
On people during
and
the
it
night.
will make people who try to rush them either get a terrible headache or it's gonna make you puke or shit yourself.
Yeah.
The military has it on front of their ships. Do they have one of those? That can, like, they get close enough.
Nah.
Yeah, they do. They can make. That's what I mean. They can make you. They can repair your body and help you to sit on a really good frequency where you're happy and loving and all that, and your body's all healthy. Or you can do the opposite, start to rip apart your body, and like you said, Sid, hit your guts, hit your heart, your heart attack, like different things. Yeah.
It would be the same that people from back in the day talk about healing powers and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, the healing powers. Yeah, because like that's what I mean. I'm used to working on the high frequencies for healing.
Yeah, it's just a different frequency.
Yeah, pulling people up into a better feeling, bringing things back to life in their body and their energy, giving it a boost. Yeah, I'm all for the better half. And then I look around and see they're using it the opposite. I feel like I'm under attack as a healer. It's like, hey, they're attacking the people. It's like I feel like getting all the healers together. And let's make a wall, and because if we all started singing would be help. If everyone got up in the morning and maybe midday and sang a little song,
the world would know.
Yeah, sang some notes or played a little bit of music or rang a bell and just put some good frequencies back in there, trying to combat it. I do have more stuff on what frequencies do like that, but I won't put them on this show. We will actually do show on, I don't know, death frequencies. I'll probably call them death frequencies.
But it can go both ways.
Yeah, it can go either way. Yeah.
Also, low frequency, it will make your bowels move.
Yep. Guna.
And high frequency will mess with your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have the right frequency. Get your frequency on and turn it on too high.
You think what would happen if you find a frequency that resonates with all humans?
Yeah, it's the Earth frequency, 528, I think it is. It's the Earth frequency.
That would mean that all humans all over the world would start shaking?
That would be funny.
If everyone listens to that,
Everybody starts resonating. Huh?
Yeah, we would. We'd start to resonate, yeah. And then we'd start humming like, ooh, or would sound like something like that. Like a bell or a resonation. Actually, that's no joke, Sid. When I was very young, they showed me a vision of all the good people over the world all simultaneously looking up to the sky, and we open our mouths and a sound comes out, and we all do it just on the spirit, and we all do it.
Either we all go or nobody goes.
Yeah, that's it. It's all for one, one for all.
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
I always said that. I talked to Gigi about that earlier today too. I always been one thinking we're terrible. We're so shit that the people that made us, they didn't want us there, so they sent us here, and we had to start over again. That's why we're here now.
Yeah, we're a long way from. We're far from what we should be. Yeah.
And then
it's
that's
true
why
because
people
if
say
the people that
when you're dead, they say you go home.
because our
It
life is a
doesn't
blink of
matter
an
what-
eye.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you believe
Life is a
in.
blink of an eye.
Everyone goes to
Really.
the same place.
Well, I know a lot of things are lacking, and when you look back in the past, just in general life, you'd have someone singing as you walked up the road or playing an instrument. You'd have children playing and singing a song probably, or skipping or running all in unison, or their laughs would be in a high pitched. You'd have men and women gathered here and there in their workplaces laughing, and sometimes in the old days they used to sing work songs to help their work go on. Yep. And the men would sing songs that they'd do very hard work, but they'd sing songs that kept them in unity. And then on the weekend when they weren't working, they'd all get their good clothes on and all come together for a big feed and sing and dance.
And the kids were drunk all the time because the water was poison.
Depends where you lived. But
true, yeah, it depends.
Depends where you live. But just in that little scenario, I realised, wow, today where is that? Where is all that happiness and joy?
They stripped it from the people. They want us to be miserable and fearful.
Took it away from us.
But not me. I'm going to be happy no matter what they do.
No, those of us that die hard, we swear our
internet took it away from us.
Life is hard, but I still smile. I don't know. Smile at someone that goes farther, I think. So.
When you're smiling, the whole world's smiling with you. Okay. I have something I want to show you. Talking about people. Hang on. I can't put the sound on, and it's only music anyway, and I can't put it on, so you've got to watch. But it's pretty profound. I thought it was really good, but that was coming from my perspective, coming from where I grew up. Hang on, I've got a message. Polly's going to be right back again. All right. Where are we? Share screen. Share the screen. And I'll play it. If you want me to play it again, I'll play it again. Because you've got to watch it. So here we go. Hang on. I'm gonna put them. Where are we?
I
Oh
know
yeah,
him.
the guy that goes down and sits with all the bikers, or everyone else leaves. I go
Yeah.
sit down. I don't care.
Can't hear the sound though.
There is no sound, bro. It's just music.
Mm.
I just turn the
Yeah.
music.
Like, did you see everyone else? There's a movie theater full of bikers. Everybody
Uh,
else would go in
yeah,
and turn around,
yeah,
but he's like, I'm
yeah.
going to watch.
Yeah.
So
And then they cut him. That's the important part. Look, he's going to smile. Look, he wants to smile.
Yeah, but you see how out of place he felt?
Yeah, he didn't give a
He
he
shit.
didn't.
felt, I don't belong here. You saw it all over his face.
Yeah. See the first guy, like, you see his mindset? His mindset,
Judgmental as
Angry.
shit.
right? And this guy, he's got.
Well, no, they're just judgmental. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing. So,
See,
and
he's
this
just.
guy's like, I don't care. I'm going to go watch it.
Because he's had
Is
a
that
hard
what,
life. You can tell he's had a hard life.
Nah, he's out of place.
Everyone's just
What
another
movie are they watching? I didn't think bikers were into
Yeah.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Monty
What, like,
Python.
is it what? It's got to be like the most ridiculous movie, probably like Gone with the Wind or something.
That'd be funny.
Oh, Scarlett!
How do you give a damn?
That's the part, man. Look at his eyes. He's on the brink of smiling. Realizing all of a sudden that people, he's just as important as everyone else. Anyway, that was something I wanted to share with you. I wanted to share it. Where are we? We're
I
all
think
here.
he looked scared.
We're all here. Yeah, so I wanted to share that with you.
No, he was at all. So he didn't care. That's
Thought
his state of mind. He was at. He's been through so much. He's like, whatever.
thought it was cool. Yeah. Right, that's all I've got. Anyone got anything else? I've got one more thing. Shall I put it up? No. I
The
didn't check
term
it out.
magic mushroom. You know what? I thought Malaya just said the term Mugu.
Pardon? Oh, where am I?
At first I thought it said Moogle instead of
Oh.
magic.
The term magic mushroom, could it mean mushrooms are not just magic, but are consumed for magic, mystery, ritual, sensing? Yeah, that's right. 100% spot on.
Oh. It's Brokeback Davidson.
Yeah. So going back to alcohol and stuff and frequency of the alcohol, we never had it. Our native people here, we never had alcohol. We had mushrooms and other things.
Yeah.
And when I went to the desert, they got a grinding stone there for grinding up flour, but it's separated in half because they got narcotic tobacco on one side and flour on the other. And they told me that the kids, they teach the kids which is which because they don't want somebody mixing the flour in the narcotic side and everyone getting out of it. It's very, very distinct. People don't want to hear that in our culture, but it's the truth.
And also if you talk about that, you tell the kids at the same time what they should use.
Yeah. Oops, what did I do that for? I'm going to put the fire up. Is there? Yeah, we're going to put the fire up now. Is that all right, Polly, if we put the fire up now? You want to put the fire up now?
Brokeback Bikers.
Yeah, go ahead. Light her up.
Light her up. Ah, where's my fire?
420? Hey, in 22 minutes, it's 420.
Yeah.
P, P, P.
Oh.
P, P, P.
No, I was just choking. Oh, get off.
P.
How can I share it if you're in the way? All right. Okay, where are we? Share screen. Sorry, I'm doing technical stuff.
It's not easy to light a fire on the internet.
No, it isn't. And I'm going to get busted. I don't want to get busted.
That was funny.
I don't put your yarn on there.
It's not.
Yeah, there we go. Crackle, crackle, pop. Okay. So the frequency of fire is really cleansing, whatever frequency it is.
It's hot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Crackle, crackle.
Pop. So there, yeah, all right. We're at
What
one
did
and
you say?
What? The fire? See, crackle, pop.
Did you? You said cock.
King, now I'm going to smell like smoke all night. Look, man, just if you're hungry, chuck something on the fire.
Nice.
If you close your eyes, it sounds like Rice Krispies.
I know.
Ken busted me.
Yeah, this is gonna be a problem.
Look, Ken busted.
This is gonna be a problem.
I'm gonna smell like smoke all night.
Smoke all night.
Sorry.
Sorry, Ken.
You should back up a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, don't you hate it? Especially after you had a shower and you washed your hair and then you're out near the fire and you smell like smoke.
Cheers, everybody.
It's good to wash your hair because then it doesn't burn so good.
Some water.
All right, so you're pretty quiet there, Polly. Covered a few things. I honestly got to tell you, we don't know what we're going to bring you till next week until it happens. So be patient with us.
Smoke
be
would
something
actually
cool.
smell better than I actually smell at the moment. Whee!
Oh, you're using the fire to cover your smell, Stephen.
I didn't say. I talked for somebody else.
So I just want to do a world check. The last few days, well, the last week here, whatever frequencies they're putting out were pretty heavy. Everyone's getting headaches and all kinds of stuff, right? Can't sleep. People weren't feeling well. All kinds of stuff were happening all over the place. People, anyway, and then all of a sudden it stopped. So I presume that they had some machine on giving out a frequency, and then they turned it off for some reason. Sunday. They turn it off on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Sunday.
I did fall asleep for like last night. Like I was talking and I just fell asleep. It was weird. I never do that. I thought that was really weird. I woke up like at 3 o'clock. Like, holy shit. I was on a live. What happened? Like, you just went to sleep. I'm like, whoa.
Bird. I need that blue bird.
I just had a thought. With the Mercury, you know how they say there used to be, there's doorways, and the old buildings and that, they've got the old stone doorways left over from centuries and stuff, and they all say that they were activated by frequency, right? Which is sound, song, okay?
It's a Stargate.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if in that stonework, did they have mercury or any metals and that to help the frequency resonate to open it? like we don't know because they've mucked around with it. They've taken lots of bits out of it. You can see doorways where there were metal hinges and little things and stuff like.
That's what they play with in the Stargate series, because you see when they activate the Stargates, you can see the mercury flowing through the stone.
That's what you go into. It comes up to the bottom and it creates the gate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mercury's vibrating so fast you just go right through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Have mercury in it somewhere and help their exhalation.
But what will you do when Mercury goes into retrograde?
I don't know. They've taken all the mercury out anyway.
Just like they took all the bells.
Yeah, they took all the bells.
At one point,
all the
there's
mercury.
very few bells left around.
Hell's bells.
And was it the bells that rang the mercury?
The vibration of the bell, like the dong, like
Yes.
the big bells. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what you're talking about. That's what that like makes
Is it the
sense.
sound of the bells that put the sound out, the frequency that hit the mercury and made it change shape? And then it depends what the mercury is in to make whatever machine move. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because from what I see, we've got layers of technology. With two main ones. We've got layers of technology, and like the pyramid was one kind of technology, and then we've got the Tartaria kind of technology.
What kind of technology is the pyramid?
Well, that's what I'm starting to wonder now. I'm looking at both and I'm thinking, hang on, were they both based on the same thing? Frequency, sound, mercury, and conducting things like that, shapes, and metals. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the similarities. Where did they use the same technology but just looked a bit different? And are we doing it again?
There's more things between heaven and earth than we know about.
Yeah.
I think it's more simple too. Like we're thinking, like we're all thinking it's technology that's gonna be the answer. I think it's a little bit more simpler.
It's so simple that it's out of our reach, because we would never think about it, because it's so simple.
Well, I think about them simple things, and when I say them, people just look at me and laugh because exactly what
that's how I think too.
They don't.
You haven't been simple enough yet,
right? Because in my way, you'd walk up to a doorway and you'd sing a song from your body, and you would be taught the
and you
frequency.
can move a stone from here to here.
Yeah.
Walk through doorways, open doorways. You can do a lot. You can change people's frequencies. I don't want to go into it too much, but from a simplistic point, that's true. And nature, like, would play part to that, as in trees, and I think Polly might agree with me here, where the old trees, different trees did different things in different frequencies. Some could assist in changing matter, others could assist in time traveling, say, or taking you to a different place. Others assist in healing. And these trees contained all that as well because they're living frequencies.
Yeah, but this is the same thing we talked about earlier. Resonance.
The resonance, yeah. Many names for the same thing, I think.
If you can make something in a resonance, you can levitate it. You know that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh.
You should be able to levitate your own body too. You should be able to phase.
Because the mercury moves from a magnetic pole.
And
King. So
you can levitate stuff with that. That's how stuff levitates.
I was
At
just
least
thinking when
in
she was
our
talking about the
understanding.
mercury, the magnetic field going with the mercury in the middle of it.
You don't need any mercury. You can do it with anything.
Water
As
and
long as
salt.
you can make it resonate, it will levitate.
Very interesting.
You ever seen those drips of water video where they're leaving the drips of water in the middle of the air, and there's
Yeah,
a frequency
water
at the
can
bottom
go
and
up.
one at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
And
seen.
yeah, they're dripping the water upwards. I'm like, wow.
Have you
Doing that
never
with
been in
the
Australia?
vibration. No. I thought, no. I haven't been on a vacation in like 10 years. So
You know, in
definitely
Australia,
can't.
the water runs the other way in the tap.
Toilet, yeah. It's
Does.
just at one point it reverses. Yeah. Even the ocean current reverses. Like
When
over
it
here,
goes
when
down.
you get
But did you
it
know
goes to
there's
the
a
left,
place?
right?
There's a place
Yeah,
in
it's the
Europe.
pools, different pools.
I don't know where this place is, but a lady, people go to visit it, and she gets water and puts it in one tub and puts it in another, and sits them in a certain position, and one spins one way and the other spins the other way. So wherever she lives, there's both.
They're on
So
that line.
Hmm.
yeah, and I saw that clip.
I could do that.
One water spins one way, and it's all in the same area. So whatever's going on there, it meets. It's a meeting place of both energies.
That's interesting.
So, hang on. Holly, we haven't heard from you. Don't be shy, and I'll tell the other boys to shut up if you want to talk.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about frequencies and opening, like you can open doorways, and if they had mercury in them, then the sound would activate.
Oh, right.
The door.
There was something I wanted to say about the mercury thing. There apparently the propulsion systems in some of these UFOs have like some kind of an element. I can't remember the name of the element, but it's got around it. It's got like a chamber, and they swirl mercury around it, and that's what it makes it like anti-gravitational.
Yeah, it wouldn't be 115.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No, because we got
For
element 115 a long time ago.
Well, that's but it
That's
didn't
only Bob
supposedly
Lazar
exist
that
until
thinks
a while
that's a
ago.
secret.
Yeah.
We're up at element 120 something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. What are the implications? Like, we're not allowed to play.
They always hold everything back from public though. They never let us
Yes,
know what's up
yes,
to date. They're always
yes.
like 20 to 50 years behind what they know.
I saw a clip from like the 1920s where everyone was allowed to be an inventor in their own garage.
Yes.
And the things people were coming up with, everything we have today, they already made. They just held it back.
You had cars running on water.
Yeah, they had they could ring, like our cell phones. They could ring, and they just clipped it to a metal thing in the hydrant. They clipped it to the hydrant, yeah, and then they could make a phone call. So they had all this stuff back then, and it was obviously
Free energy. Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, they had this thing that you attach to your tap, turn the water on, and it gives you free electricity.
DC.
And you buy one and put it in your house and run it from water. They had amazing stuff.
That's the whole thing. The whole world went for AC instead of DC.
AC/DC, that's a big.
Yeah, and DC was the better option.
Oh, right.
But
that's why AC/DC will never die.
Yeah.
Isn't there a third option? There's always usually a third option.
That's no power.
No, so what? So what's AC?
AC is that's what we have now.
Alternating current. It's alternating.
Right. And what's the other one?
DC.
Direct current, one way. It's going directly to your toaster. Yeah.
That could go over the airwaves and straight to your microwave or your toaster. No wires needed.
So here's a question.
Microwave waves.
In the old days when they had this old technology that we're still trying to discover, do you think it was AC, DC, or something else?
I think he
They
was pulling
already
that from the
discovered
earth.
AC and DC,
Different.
and DC lost.
Yeah, that's why I think there's a third. There's always another option.
I think there is definitely something else.
It's
Yeah.
just like VHS and Beta.
Yeah. So there's a thought anyway. Now, you're starting to get how I think. I think lots of weird shit like that. I don't even know why. Because you wouldn't catch me
Because
making
it's
anything.
too boring to think the other way. That's why.
Oh, probably. There's nothing else to
Interesting.
think about. Yeah.
Element 115 wasn't put on the atomic element chart
What is
until
element?
some years after he claimed to have worked with it. I
Yeah.
know that, but now we're up to over 120.
Hey, I got to tell you something. I was looking around at stuff last night, and I come across old Captain Show, and I sort of froze me. Yeah, it froze me because of what. At the moment, I got a lot of sorry business, and it was like when that come up, it was like, okay, it's all good. And then we're all here today. Thank you. It was.
Yeah,
All right.
I
So,
talked about that earlier today.
can I ask what element 115 is, please?
It's Bob Lazar. You know Bob Lazar, yeah? The alien 51 guy from the US.
Yeah, and really
You heard about him.
Yeah, so what's element 115? Is it
He
I think it's the
invented
dust from the
he
moon.
said,
Do you know, Kim?
before it was in an element.
Oh, yeah.
But it's easy to invent the element before it comes, because always the next element is gonna be the next one in the line.
Yeah, true. And how many of these elements have they had in the cupboard before they brought them out and told us?
Normally it's 5 to 10.
Yeah, so,
I know we're up to 120 something now.
and I know there's a 50-year cushion between what they find and what they give and tell. Yeah, I know who the fella is. I just didn't know what element.
Bob Lazar.
Element 115.
Charlatan.
Okay. Well, we're at 1.5 hours, just over.
Huh.
And Polly,
Yeah.
you want to drive for a little while? Where do you want to go?
I don't have anything prepared. We've already gone over the stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Hey, not like the cook and show where we've prepared one earlier for you. It didn't happen today. We didn't have time to cook much. So
Maybe you wanna cook something for us? Put it on the fire?
cook something on the fire. Yeah, we could. You ain't got a recipe? I'll tell you something.
Okay.
I made curry potatoes this week for one dinner. Anyway, I went out and to the community centre and we have lunch there. And one of the fellas there kindly cooked dinner for us, and he made curry again. And I'm looking at it, and there's another girl looking at it, and we're just looking at it, and we both looked at each other, and we both said, "We had this last night for dinner."
That curry is good though.
Yeah,
Curry
yeah.
is good.
Too much curry. Yeah, it was just really funny. I'm looking for the funny things that happened this week because I don't want to talk about anything else that happened this week. Other than the funeral I went to was really cultural and it was beautiful. Lots and lots of people there. But
Funeral?
Yeah, I think I mentioned last week maybe that our eldest elder passed away in our community.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we had his funeral, and it was very emotional, very respectful, very beautiful. And I saw I saw him standing with the ancestors. That was really nice. He was standing with the ancestors, and that was that strong that everyone started to feel it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was beautiful. But yeah, so it was a bit of a hard week. So, but that's all right. Summer's coming, and I'm happy.
It's like I have a feeling when somebody from the old Kev Baker show is live on YouTube, and I go on YouTube and check, and either you, Malaya, or Jimmy Jean is live.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. You listen to Polly show. Yep. I'll be yipping on that. Okay.
Yeah, Polly too. I haven't seen Polly live though, because when Polly live,
Well, Polly's here.
it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been like when I'm sleeping.
Yeah, the timing. Yeah.
Yes.
For anyone that doesn't know, Sid's in Norway, I'm in Australia, and Polly's in Canada.
Yeah.
So we triangulating the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm in California.
You're in California.
Pretty close fire by me. Like the smoke's in my house.
Yeah.
I haven't got one like this in a while, this close.
Actually,
Where in up in
it's
there
in
are you, Polly?
Baltimore.
Are you on the East Coast or West Coast, Polly?
Central, near the Great Lakes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Nice. Hey, I was just thinking about it though, Polly and
I'm
Sid.
from Minnesota.
Polly, Sid. Where we are, like we're at the far reaches. We
Where
triangulate.
are you? In Queensland?
Me? No, I'm not in Queensland. I'm in New South Wales, man. I'm in my home-born country. This is my territory. Queensland's another mob's land.
What do you call it?
What do I call it? Well, right now I'm in Darug people's land. It's called Darug, land of the Darug.
Oh,
And when I cross the mountains, I'm in my own country, Wiradjuri country. And then if I start travelling up to Queensland, I'm in my own country again, Kamilaroi country.
I remember I watched you when you did the road trip and you went to see Ayers Rock.
Yeah, that wasn't my country. I had to be very respectful. It was like going to your house.
I remember.
Yeah, or going to Polly's place.
I remember you said that.
It was far away, and we're going to someone else's house, and we had to be respectful. Yeah. I wish I had filmed more, but you know what it's like for me. I'm so into what's happening in the moment. I should have fucking taped that.
I'm the same way.
But,
my God, I can't believe I didn't take. Yeah.
I need someone else around with the camera. Yeah, so I'm travelling around. I actually want to do it again because I really need to get back out with all this sorry business. I need to get back out in the bush, go away for a weekend or something. Get out of the madhouse. Yeah. All right. So I need to, I don't know if it's going to come up. I think that's all we've got, people. And we're coming up to 2 hours anyway, and we've just been yarning, fire yarning.
But isn't that feels good?
Yeah, it feels good. I don't mind.
Yarning?
Yarning. Yeah, that just means talking.
That's what you guys normally do. You yarning.
Yeah, talk. There's different yarns. There's serious yarns.
We don't normally call it that. I know you call it that.
Yeah. You just talking.
Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules.
Yep, Jules, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Jules, King Sweet. Where are we? Well, we got a new person, Mariah, and we got Malia and Mariah. Sid, Crazy Bugger. Ken, yeah, g'day Ken. It was good to see you. Thanks for dropping in, Des. pretty laid back one
Ain't
today.
nobody new here except Jimbo.
Yeah, there's we do have a new lady, Mariah. We got Tim and Tim. John. Yeah, John Piazzinski.
Oh yeah, John P. Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Hey,
Portuguese
John.
friend. Yeah,
Donnie was here earlier. He said he couldn't hang around.
yeah, Donny. Yeah,
Yeah, he's pretty busy at the moment, so we won't see him for a while.
Yama Donny.
He's doing good, living life. And Joe was here earlier as well. Yeah.
There's John P Adventures.
Hopefully next week I'll have more stuff for you because I won't be so busy.
You don't have to have anything.
I know, everyone keeps telling me that, but I feel like I do. I feel like I need, I want to give you stuff that you may
Didn't
not.
you like it when you came on my thing? Huh?
That was different. You won't see that.
Everybody could just talk about what the fuck they want to talk about.
Yeah, I was under the influence, so you won't see that very often.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hope
You're
to
so
see you again
okay.
soon.
You will. I'll jump in. Like I jumped in for breakfast this morning. You got to see my egg. My egg.
Nice.
I'll jump in for
Heck yeah.
breakfast.
Malaya said that too. Why don't you do this more often, Sid?
Yeah.
Why should I do it?
And James
You're all online now and then. Why don't you go there?
Yeah. Is curry like grits? Oh. No, curry. I don't know what grits is.
Grits?
Yeah. Kim said, is curry like grits? No, curry is just curry powder. You can have chicken curry, beef curry, vegetable curry. It's just curry flavour. What's grits? Does anyone can tell me what a grits is?
Grits?
I think grits is basically just cornmeal, and it's kind of like a cross between like if I had to describe it, yeah, it's like it's kind of porridgey. I don't know. I'm not a very big fan of grits. To be honest.
No.
Pig grits?
No. So basically, I'll tell you how to make it. Depends what you want to put in it. A real basic one has just got curry and maybe a bit of turmeric or something. So you get your onions, garlic, cook them up in a bit of oil, chop your veggies up, put your curry in the onion and that because you've got to heat up your herbs, your spices. And you can put chili, you can really zap it up and put chili and all sorts of things in it, but I don't because I don't really like spice. So I just put curry and turmeric or something. Cook it up the onion when it's ready, put all the veggies in, and if I make potato one, it's just potatoes, a bit of carrot and some spinach leaves. Put it in there, fill it up with water, put salt and stock in there, and put the water just above it because you don't want too much water, it'll make soup, but you want it
put
kind
it in the fireplace.
And just cook it on the stove, simmer it away until all the veggies are soft. Put a bit of corn flour in it if you need to, a little bit of extra salt. Mix it up and serve it with coconut rice or plain rice or something like that. So curry.
Now you're making me hungry.
Now I'm making you hungry. Well, I made you hungry this morning when I had boiled eggs.
Lucky me.
2 boiled eggs.
Cause I have gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Gummy
bears. I just gave away my generation to them.
All right, people, call it a night. And we'll see you next
Don't forget
week.
to put out the fire.
Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. Don't leave the fire burning.
We're both no better than that fire.
Blowing. Keep blowing.
That just feeds it. The bone on it feeds a fire.
Yeah, I'll put the fire
Put some
out.
sand on it.
Can you see just sunk in the middle there? You made little. You can still hear it burning in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still a bit cold here, so still need a kind of fire at the night. All right. So, all right. Anyone want to say anything before we disappear?
Yes.
I'm
Good
going to
to
say
see you.
next week is going to be really cool. Not just because of what we're just going to have lots to talk about because of what's going to happen next week.
It's gonna be serious.
Ooh, that sounds really good, Polly. Are you going to tell me a bit about it when we finish?
Well, I don't know
Be
because
serious.
next week hasn't happened yet.
Well, I
So,
get there first, so I'm going to have to ring you the day before and tell you.
well, pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, if I find something on Wednesday, I'll send it to you on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I do. But I'm going to have to wait.
so am I.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait. So it should be cool. Yay. Well, I'm looking forward to next week. And hopefully you'll have a better week and no one's going to die on me.
Yeah.
I'm up to the point where I've got to laugh at it, people, so forgive me. Yeah, so no one's going to die on
Me
me.
too. You're in a better place.
If anyone dies on me, I'm going to kill you. All right. All right,
Thanks
Polly.
everybody in the chat for coming out. It was really good to see everybody. And I'll
If
see you
nobody
guys next week.
told you that they loved you,
Yeah.
somebody just did. And that was us.
Oh,
love much.
yeah, we love you
Love.
too. We love you,
Love.
Polly. Love you, everyone out there. So, Sid, James, you want to say anything before we leave?
Yeah. Forget to love. That's it.
You should see my face before I go here, because that's.
Yeah,
I find it kind of
attention.
rude if I don't talk to you.
Ah,
Oh, Sid, you're looking well. You haven't aged a day.
I know. I lost some weight.
You lost some weight. Your hair needs fixing. All right, we're out of here. James, you want to say anything before we go and it gets bad?
Everyone take care.
All
Love.
right. All right. All right, Polly, I'll see you next week. And actually, I'll see you during the week,
Yeah, you will.
whatever day comes first. And I'll see you good people next week. Love to you on this day. Have a good week. Stay centered. Stay strong. Talk to Creator. Creator loves you. And we're going to rock it out. We're going to rock it out. We'll see you next week. I like this music. It's only generic. Okay. Seriously. We'll see you next week. Woo. Hello.